Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you are new here, my name is Rebecca and I live in a 200 square foot RV with my husband and very spoiled Boston Terrier. And I wanted to chat with you today about anybody who's out there, maybe towards the beginning of your fitness journey or your health goals or whatever it is you're starting. We're going to go through my day together and I'm going to give you guys my top 5 tips for what I would recommend for anybody starting their fitness journey and some of the mistakes that I made. Okay, we are making a second cup of coffee. Don't judge me. And let's chat about tip number 1. And that is to start smaller than you think. I have a lot of friends, a lot of family, clients that I've worked with that think they need to immediately jump from 0 to 100. For example, they don't do any strength training or any cardio, and they're immediately going, I need to strength train 3 days a week and run twice a week. Or they're really focusing on their nutrition and they immediately haywire their entire nutrition plan and go from just kind of eating whatever they want to a very structured macro plan. And I'll be honest, that can work for some people, but a majority of people, it's really just going to set you up for failure. In my opinion, focus on one thing to start. For example, if you're focusing on nutrition, pick one of the macros you want to be better at. If it's protein, let's say you're eating 80 grams of protein a day, your goal is to get up to 120. Make that your priority. Start tracking your protein somewhere where you can keep an eye on it, write it down in a food journal, put it in a tracking app. Do that honestly for 30 days. And then jump into something else. Next, maybe focus on your carbs or focus on reducing your fat. Same with workouts. If you are new to strength training and you're immediately going into a 3-day full body split, you're probably going to burn yourself out and really be sore as hell. So take it slow. Start with 1 day a week for 30 minutes. That doesn't mean that that is your end game. That doesn't mean that that's where you're going to eventually just stop, but start that. If you're consistent with that for 30 days, add a second day a week. And once you start habit stacking these, and when I say habit stacking, I don't mean in the traditional sense. I mean stacking these new habits on top of one another, it eventually just becomes part of your norm to where it feels less like a burden to you. So start smaller than you think. You do not need to jump into the deep end right away. All right, I am going to have this cup of coffee, get some work done, and then we're going to go on a run together, and I'll talk to you about tip number 2. We're going to go on our speed run of the week, and while we're out there, let's chat about tip number 2. Tip number 2 is don't be afraid to try new things. Currently, I'm really into running, but I've done other things before, and while I think everybody should do strength training along with running, don't be afraid to try out other avenues. And what I mean is, like, when I started doing everything in my 20s. I was a runner, I swam, I tried out tons of different workout classes and different styles, and it honestly guided me to what I do like and what I don't like. And don't get me wrong, consistency is important. Like, you eventually need to be consistent to hit some of your goals, but you may not ever get consistent if you don't find out what you truly like. Now, I'll say it again, I think everybody should strength train. But you want to go try a Pilates class? Go try one. Go try yoga. Go try a Zumba class. Try running. Whatever it is that gets you excited, give it a try.
because it might be just what you need to be consistent. All right, I did mile warm-up, 4 intervals at a 9:40 pace. I've got like 30 seconds left on my break and then a mile cool down, and then we're gonna get back to work. I will see you guys later for tip 3.
Okay, we are making some lunch, and while I'm making lunch, I'm going to talk about tip number 3. So, tip number 3 is vet who you follow. I think that a lot of times whenever somebody starts a new fitness journey, they often start seeing you on their social media, right? You start looking into different runs and different tips for running and different strength workouts. And I think social media has a lot of good benefits. There's a lot of opportunity to be inspired. I think that a lot of influencers out there can make you feel inspired. It can be positive, but there is a negative as well. And what I mean by that is make sure you're following people who morally and ethically align with you. We want to make sure they're not selling you snake oil. I'm a big fan of following people who are educated and continue to educate themselves. Are they certified? Have they taken continuing education to better themselves in their field? Don't just follow people that maybe look how you want to look, because sometimes with your genetics versus their genetics, that may not be possible. And really make sure that when you're clicking like, when you're clicking subscribe, you are choosing to do that for people on social media that align with what you align with. I'm going to finish this and eat at my desk, and then I will see you guys later for tip number 4. Alright guys, tip number 4, Molly and I are out on a little afternoon stroll. If you watched last week's video, you will know that this is a common occurrence for us. Tip number 4 is don't be afraid to be a novice at something. And what I mean by that is when you start something new in fitness with your nutrition, you're not going to be an expert in it, and that's okay. I'm a nurse, and I really didn't understand good nutrition when I came out of nursing school. I didn't fully understand what progressive overload meant when it came to strength training. A lot of the movements in strength training I had to learn. I chose to go back and get my certified personal training certificate. I became a nutrition coach. I'm actually getting another certification later this year in kettlebells because I want to continue my education. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be new. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because that is okay. Nobody's going to judge you for it. And if they are, they're probably not your people. So jump in, be new, and absorb all the information you can. Okay, so we are headed out to dinner with my sister and her kiddos. But before we do, let's talk about tip number 5. And that is, once you have found what you like, find something that gets you excited, you have to stay consistent. I have been lifting for almost 5 years. I've been running for a little over a year and a half. I really didn't see progress in a lot of my lifts, for example, my push-ups, until the last 2 years when I found a program I like, a coach that I like, and some excitement with it. Same with my pull-up work. There are a lot of lifts that I've really focused on, and being in a consistent, progressive, overloaded program is what has helped. Same with my running. Honestly, I didn't see any improvement in speed a whole lot the first year. And it wasn't until my second marathon, a year and 2 months in, that I saw a pretty significant PR, and I'm seeing faster paces now. So enjoy your time finding what you like. I want you to take that time to really explore. But then once you find it, if you want to see progress, get on a program. It's what's going to help you stay consistent. I'm going to get out of here. If anything you heard today resonated with you, I would love for you to like and subscribe. Otherwise, have a lovely evening, guys.